Can Vine be resurrected from the social media graveyard? And can Elon Musk save the day if TikTok gets banned? Get your blue light glasses on because it's screen time. Oh, Vine. I have such fond memories of Vine. It was the first video-driven social media platform to gain widespread popularity. In other words, Vine walked so TikTok and Reels and Shorts could run. 6 seconds was all you had to make an impression and to get a laugh, which really revolutionized the way we consume media and probably did wonders for our attention spans. But here are some of my favorites from the Vine history books.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the white van.
This kid's definitely on crack right now.
Yeah! Yeah! Look at all those chickens.
We in this bitch, finna get crunk. Abraz on fleek.
Nate, how those chicken strips?
Chicken strips. Get to Del Taco. They got a new thing called free shavacadoo.
In 2012, Twitter bought Vine for $30 million, but it was short-lived. The platform was completely shut down in January of 2017. According to Bloomberg, Twitter struggled with the monetization aspect for Vine creators, among other issues, and thus shut down the service. Apparently, this was Jack Dorsey's biggest regret. And with the rise in TikTok and other popular video platforms, I don't blame him. But the Vine energy sometimes lives on TikTok. This one was really giving free shavacadoo energy.
Oh, please.
Cold B.
What?
Warm him up. Give him a blanket. Cold beer!
This would have done numbers on Vine. Rip Vine, you would have loved Cold B. Same vibe as the free shavacadoo Vine. This is peak Vine energy. You can't convince me that this isn't a decade-old Vine. This had more Vine energy than Vine itself. Even though Vine is dead and gone, it still has a very special place in our hearts. It has a nostalgic feel to it, which is why, in the event of an all-out TikTok ban, I propose Elon Musk resurrect Vine from the social media graveyard. It's the best American-owned alternative to TikTok, and now that X is stepping up their game in terms of paying creators for the content they make, it's a win-win. Plus, I won't be censored for dropping biological truth bombs. Win-win-win.
Tic-tac-toe. A winner.
TikTok users are already unimpressed by Meta's algorithm, so I don't see the masses flocking over there. But Vine, on the other hand, would be this old and familiar, but also shiny and new app. It's not Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube trying to be TikTok. It's the OG TikTok saving TikTok's butt. But if lawmakers in this country keep pushing Meta-owned Reels as the only TikTok alternative, then the truth comes out. It was never about the growing China threat or protecting our data. It was always about lining their pockets with lobbyist money. But we knew that. We know Meta is capable of censoring us and influencing elections and selling our data up a river. Don't get me wrong, China is the enemy, but that doesn't mean Meta isn't also. It's a Chinese communist wolf in American sheep's clothing. The internet era, it's the best of times, it's the worst of times, and sometimes I stumble onto the dark side of the internet where I see stuff like this. If I have to see it, you have to see it too. This is called hobby horsing, where humans pretend to be horses. I was talking to some of my friends about this yesterday, and I asked them, what's worse, this or the kids who identify as kitten self and they need a litter box? We came to the decision that hobby horsing is the lesser of two evils because at least they're getting exercise. They don't take it to the extreme and identify as horses. However, I wonder if they've ever tried horseback riding. I feel like they would really enjoy that. But this to me screams COVID hobby that spiraled out of control. Like, this is what happens when you close down gyms and other activities and leave people locked in their homes with their imaginations for far too long. It's giving Disney adult. I had one of those little horse head on stick things when I was little, but I grew out of it. We're supposed to grow out of things we did as children and move on with our lives. And I'm already wincing just knowing these comments are going to be absolutely brutal. Trotted right to the comments. I don't think I like the freedom America has right now. There is actually no way. Why is there so many people there? Yeah, there's like it must be friends and parents of these children pretending to be horses. How do I bet on this? Is the horse in the room with us? We don't need a horse. We got one at home. Imagine making friends with someone in college and this is the sport they tell you they played in high school. No way this is a real thing. I don't think I'm in the correct timeline. Maybe the horse is the friends we made along the way. Ain't no way this is where we are in life. So we're out of sports ideas. Anyone? My kid is living in a barn if they ever mention this. So maybe horse girls aren't your thing and cartoon horses are more your speed. I'll explain. This tweet has got people admitting crushes that couldn't be waterboarded out of me. Who's y'all's craziest? Hear me out. Maybe it's a celebrity or even a cartoon who may be unconventionally attractive. Some popular ones have been Spirit, the star of the namesake 2002 DreamWorks film, and Gil, the dentist office tank villain from Finding Nemo. I don't get it, but whatever floats your boat. Some people got political, thinking Abraham Lincoln was attractive. The caption, "Who doesn't love a tall king?" I like tall kings. Wow, Abraham himself commented that he was flattered. Others in the comments are calling him Abe the Babe. Moving on. He's probably looking down at us very unfavorably right now. And now, the official account of the Democrat Party is getting on the trend, posting thirst traps of a young Joe Biden to the tune of "Hey Daddy" by Usher. Daddy's home. This throwback doesn't make me think of Joe Biden in a young, cool, hip light. It just highlights how damn long it's been since this picture was taken. This looks like a man who could put one foot in front of the other and ride a bike. And this is not the man who's in charge of our country right now. Some people were impressed. Oh my God, what? I've never seen a pic of him this young. Heart, fire, flames. Granddaddy Joe. Stop that. And finally, ceasefire. Spelled wrong. Spelled like Caesar salad. Biden voters, am I right? This next one gave me FOMO because I'm an only child, but this girl said, "Sibling trauma? Michael Jackson died a few days before my 7th birthday. My sister told me that they sent him a photo of my face to sign for my birthday, and when he saw how ugly I was, he dropped dead, making me believe I was the reason Michael Jackson died. My brother has always told me that Kurt Cobain killed himself because I was born. My dentist died the day after one of my checkups in elementary. My brother said my breath was so bad it killed him. I never went back." That's how you know your breath really stinks, because if you've never been back to the dentist, that's a problem. My sister was born the day Michael Jackson died and is convinced she's him reincarnated. My sister would shave my Barbie's hair and tell me they had cancer with 4 days to live. My brother convinced me I was adopted from sheep and would show me a picture and say, "That's your mom," and would say "bah" and ask if I understood. My dad told my sisters and I Michael Jackson died from drinking too much Coca-Cola, so we would stop drinking it. When I was 8, my older brother convinced me that a birthmark on my stomach that I never saw before was because I had AIDS and I had 8 years left to live. These siblings are so mean. Why was everybody framed for Michael Jackson's death by their sibling on their birthday? Yeah, the comment section is full of these. My sisters told me Michael Jackson was buried in our backyard and haunted the house. We told my sister our parents found her near a McDonald's dumpster, and years later she did a DNA test. See, this is so mean. Michael Jackson died on my 5th birthday, and my brother said it was my fault. He died on my birthday. I felt guilty for years. Now, I don't have siblings, but my family stepped in and gave me a healthy dose of trauma. One year on my birthday, my dad and my uncle told me that I was going to be expecting a call from George W. Bush because the president called everyone on their birthdays. Obviously, this was a lie. But I spent my entire birthday freaking out because I was so nervous. I did not know what I was going to say to the president. And then when President Bush called me, it was just my uncle, and they all started laughing at me. Anyway, we are closing out the show with our screen time reports, of course. I am taking this time to publicly shame our production assistant, Adam, who had the highest screen time aside from myself last week, but he has refused to do any sort of punishment because he doesn't believe being in second place is deserving of a punishment. However, if I were to punish myself every single week, I feel like that would be entirely boring for the viewers. I wanted him to do a TikTok dance in the middle of the distillery out here so that you could all enjoy in the humiliation, but unfortunately, I cannot bring you that level of entertainment this week. So we are in crisis when it comes to figuring out a punishment, so TBD. But this week, we have Chuck at 46 minutes, Kylie at 4 hours and 9 minutes, Juliana at 3 hours and 2 minutes, Danny at 6 hours and 19 minutes, Brooke 6 hours 23 minutes. So I think, Brooke, you're the highest. Molly 5 hours and 8 minutes, and myself 13 hours and 53 minutes, down 7% from last week. Hallelujah, because I was getting into the 17-hour territory, and that's a very scary place to be. That is all she wrote. Make sure you tell me your screen time below in the comments. You can follow me at Hayley Caronia on all platforms, and I'll see you next week.